Hey everyone, Shawn and Moo. We're going to show you why you don't want your speed over here and why you want your speed through and at your target. The ball can't be your target. That's not where you want to have the speed. That's why most of you are really struggling with lag and distance because you're spending your speed at the wrong place. Don't miss the show. This is called a high ally basket. If you ever watch high ally, I highly encourage you to check it out on YouTube. When they're doing it from underneath, it actually looks like a perfect golf swing. So they're collecting the ball from here and releasing the ball out there towards the wall. They're not throwing the ball into the ground in front of them. So when I'm thrown over there, if this curvature wasn't in existence, the ball would go out back. And that's why, if you look at hockey, it's the same thing. Look at how curved this hockey stick is. That's so I can take the ball from over here, or the puck from over here, and release it out there towards the net. That's exactly the action that you want to have in the golf swing. So if we look at the golf swing, notice how my club face here may look very close to you. So whether I have a strong grip with a square face or a neutral grip and a closed face, watch if I put it in a baseball swing. I'm waiting for my pitch. My hands are going to come through first, and look at the club face now. So when the hands come through first, that opens the club. So you need to have a good residual amount of closure in your face in order to have access to the target. So if we look at what that looks like down here, I'm getting to the top of my backswing. Now I want to go to the target. My arms are going to fall past the ball before the club head falls through the golf ball. Not into the golf ball, through the golf ball. So if I apply the juice over here, and my club head passes my hands prematurely, I'm going to hit the ground before the ball. I'm going to top it and flip on the way up. So I'm going to have very high ball flights. I'm spending all my energy here. When I get to the ball, I'm actually slowing down. So you're going to lose a lot of power. You're going to throw the ball into the air where it's uncontrollable into the wind. And you'll have a tendency to hit the ground before the ball a lot or hit the ball very thin. Because you'll notice that the low point of the swing happens around the second pendulum of your anatomy. So if I have only one arm and I'm swinging around my shoulder, that's my pendulum point right here. I bring both arms together to take my grip. The pendulum point is right here in the center of my clavicles. So if I'm chipping or putting, I'm basically moving around that point. But then when I get to the full swing, the pendulum of my wrists are now involved. That's the second pendulum of the swing. So we go 1, 2, and then we go 1, 2. So notice I would be collecting the ball from there and releasing the ball in that direction. When I have the proper sequencing in my swing, over the top is impossible to do. So if I deliver a shot now over my intermediate point into this picture, I take my backswing around pendulum number 1, then the arm folds and the wrist hinge. If I deliver pendulum number 2 first, then it's impossible for me to hit the ball. So I'm not going to go 2, 1. It's always 1, 2. So notice where 2 is being delivered. The point where the club head catches up with the hands, collect, release, is here. There's the fastest point of the golf swing out there. Collect the puck, release the puck. Fastest point is out here. Baseball, collect the ball, release the ball. fastest point is out there. So now when I take my setup, you'll notice that when I come down with pendulum number 1 first, pendulum number 2 unwinds always from the inside. Look where my hands are. It's impossible to go over the top. My hands are inside the ball. Still inside the ball. Still inside the ball. There's your unwinding from the inside. So if I just let my arms fall, now let's look at how we can produce this without thinking about it. Now that you understand how it all works, how are you going to let this happen? Stay with us. You really don't want to miss the second half of this show. We're going to let gravity do the whole job for us. And what many of you don't understand is that you have a God-gifted kinetic sequence already built in as a self-preserving, move. So if I go to the top of my backswing and I let my arms simply fall, notice I can't get to the ball from there. If all I do is let my arms fall into myself. But if I let my arms fall past me and toward the target, now what happens is, notice where the club head is falling. The club head can't fall that way yet. So what happens is the arms fall past us. So you see how the brain's got to go to the ground, use the ground to get the body out of the way so that the arms and club can fall past us. So now I'm beyond the ball. And now the club at this point is getting pulled very violently toward the ground. It's pretty much impossible for you to hold on to that. And you don't want to feel like you're holding on to lag. The lag happens when you let the arms fall past you and toward the target. So you can all try it right now. Hold your arm out to your side, let it fall. That's falling into an obstacle. Bend forward. Hold the arm out to your side and let it fall past you and toward the wall. Right away, you'll feel how the body's going to glide out of the way and let the arm swing past you. So now that you have this arm club unit that's formed, right now I can't let it fall past me. It's collapsed into my body. Now I can. So now it's already fixing certain parts of your backswing that may or may not be deficient. So from there, it feels like it can fall toward the target. Now I'm just going to let it fall toward the wall. So notice the club is only catching up to my hands over there. And for many of you, it's going to be panic because you're thinking, well, how in the world am I going to hit the ball with that? So if I put the club above the ball here, and I let it fall past the ball. Watch in slow motion. Fall. Fall. Fall, fall. Fall past. Fall past. Now I'm feeling a tug, and the weight of the club is catching up to my hands over here. And I can see where this club is passing right now. Fall. Fall. See that? So now you take this, watch it from down the line, fall. Fall. Notice how it's coming from the inside? Then I'll just lower everything to the ground. And now I'm feeling that, hey, if I let it fall in that direction, the ball feels like it's in the way of that fall. So I'm still looking for a fall past the ball and toward the target. Fall. And look at that. So I just let that arm club unit fall gently. And this is so important. Right now, I can hit the 7-iron 180 yards. I just let that fall 165. So take an extra club, even 2 extra clubs, so you don't feel the need to force it. And then you do a couple above the ball, fall past. So notice My hands are past the ball. My index of my trail hand is just barely past the ball. And now we're going to let the second pendulum release. So notice, as I'm letting that release over the ball, you can see that the path is not to the left. It can't be to the left. If my hands don't make it to the ball and I let the club pass the ball, you can see that that's going to go dead left. So let the hands pass further. Now it can't go left. Pretty awesome stuff, isn't it? So I feel the weight of my arms and club. I'm going to let him fall past the ball. Let him fall past the ball. And notice, because my club face is closed enough, you'll notice at first, if you do that and you feel like the ball's going to go way right, just let go of the club, close the face, and re-grip it. And now if I let it fall past the ball again, now it's going way too far to the left. See that big curve to the left now? And there's a way to test your grip. Now if I leave it too far open, I let it fall past the ball. Now the ball's starting off to the right, and it's never coming back. That's how you're going to Goldilocks. That's how you're going to get to Goldilocks and test your grip. Now if I predict my club face is closed enough, now it feels like the ball will come back when I let it fall beyond the ball. So, let it fall. Now I've got the right amount of curvature that's staying on the green. Maybe a little less closed than that. And now you can see that, hey, I'm at 175. I'm almost at my full carry, and all I'm doing is letting everything fall past the ball. Now, here's Moo, who's going to do a 9-iron for you. You can see it. We'll be able to see it from down the line, and then we'll do a little bit of face on so all of you can see how that works. For you, it's a 9-iron. And then that's probably going to be a little bit too short as well. Yeah. So you're typically 2.5 to 3 clubs longer than I am. Yeah. So let's see you hit a couple of smooth 9-irons here. Yeah, that's what you call a good miss.
Yeah, a good miss.
So did you feel the need to kind of push a little bit on that?
I just jumped on it just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ask yourself, what would be the cause of that? You got a little ahead and you had to hurry up and hit the ball?
Yeah.
Because you didn't stay in the direction that you wanted to go on?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a quick blackout.
So that intermediate point is really important. How was that one?
A little toey.
I'm still seeing really good misses there, Moo. Very cool. That was like very close to the center. And that just shows you how it shows you how sensitive you're getting.
Yeah.
Right? Because toey, a little toey, you were just a couple of millimeters off the center of the club face. Yeah. Which is really cool. It just goes to show how, you know, it's getting a lot more profound in your learning. You have much more refined in your learning process. So, because it is a perpetual learning process, that's it. Right? You'll never stop learning in this game. No. Because it's at infinity, right? Yeah, that's it. So let's look at your swing from the front now. Okay. So let me see you do one above the ball once you're there. So all of you could see that low point there that happened in front of the ball, you could see that too, couldn't you, Moo?
Yeah.
And where did you feel the club head catch up to your hands?
Right here.
Exactly. So now if you lower that to the ground, there's the prediction process. If you perform the same swing, can you miss the ball?
No, I can't.
Man, that sounded smoked.
This was the right one, yeah.
And so we have slightly thin, right? But you're 10 feet offline and just 10 feet past the 12 feet to the pin.
Yeah.
At 170 yards with a smooth little 9-iron.
Yeah.
That looked amazing. So in conclusion, when you perform this task above the ball, letting the arms fall past and then letting the club catch up, fall past, then you just lower to the grass and then you allow that to fall past again. So the key now is to not interfere and really let gravity unwind and let it release in that direction. And man, that's like almost in the hole right there. I'm sitting pretty right next to Moo's shot. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Keep practicing your falling through and out towards your target, and that's going to go a long way into getting you into the right positions for high speed through the ball and towards the target. And this is going to allow the body to respond because you're looking for a peak speed that's more out here, and the brain's going to have to go to the ground, use those ground forces to get out of the way for you to go experience that. So all of the things that need to happen in the swing are going to happen beautifully. So get to it. Let us know how you do, and then let's keep plugging.